realized the possibilities of a law school dedicated to helping each one of its students reach his or her full potential. A law school small enough to provide one-on-one faculty interaction and career counseling, but supported by the strength and reputation of one of the world's most preeminent universities. A law school where community outweighs competition, innovation meets tradition, leadership is prized and nurtured, and diversity and individuality are valued and respected. All in a city where politicians, judges, and business leaders are accessible. This is the Ohio State University College of Law.
I'd like to see every graduate of this law school emerge not just with a legal education, but with an idea that they can make a difference in the world. And that, I think, as much as anything else, is the animating philosophy, the vision of this law school.
What attracted me to Moritz was the fact that students and professors seem so connected here. They really enjoy spending time together. We have all sorts of events where you get to interact with professors.
I think it's really the relationships that we build between students and faculty. I have lots of friends in teaching in other places. I know lots of faculty that have come here from other places. I have lots of students who have either been other places or some that have transferred from here for a variety of reasons. And the one thing I uniformly hear is how positive the relationships are between students and faculty, how committed the faculty is to teaching while still being a top-notch research institution. And it's that sense of common purpose that has made me very happy here in more than 30 years of teaching at the College of Law.
Professors at Moritz are dedicated to teaching and are passionate about the classes they teach.
So teaching was always something that I really thought I would love to do. My mother was first a high school teacher and then a professor, and my father was a scientist who had students in his labs. And so I grew up with people who taught, and I always thought that that was something that was really a noble thing to do, but also that they had a lot of fun. And my father's advice was always to take a job you would do for free if you were a millionaire. And so for me, this really is that job. I just try to avoid telling the dean that.
I've always wanted to be a teacher. I'm the oldest sister, and when I was young, I would make my younger brother and sister sit in chairs and be my students. And then whatever age I was at, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a middle school teacher when I was in middle school, high school teacher when I was in high school. I guess I just capped out at being a law teacher.
Professor Dressler was great, runs a very tight ship, and I feel like I took more out of that class than almost any class because you just had to be so prepared every single day because he demanded a lot from you, and I think most of his students gave him a lot, so I think he really pulled the best out of all of us.
At Moritz, we recognize that the law is forever changing, and we take pride in developing new courses and programs that address new areas of the law and teach new skills.
Our program on law and leadership, we realize that lawyers are often called on to lead, both in the practice of law, but also in their communities outside of their practice. And yet law schools have historically done much less training for that leadership role than business schools and some other institutions. And so we decided to change that with our program on law and leadership. And that has many components. Of course, it has a class, but it also has annual lectures. It has a speaker series where local leaders come in and join me in small groups with students to talk about their leadership experience. It also has professional training of a variety of sorts that we bring in and give our students the chance to get that kind of leadership training, some that you might see in a corporation, in a business school, in other contexts, to grapple with the challenges of leadership, and certainly the ethics and professionalism are very much a part of that program, and that's really a very important part of professional judgment for the future leaders that we're training here at the Moritz College of Law.
My favorite class at Moritz has been one that I'm in currently. I'm taking the mediation practicum with Professor Cole and Professor Batra, and I'm really enjoying it because I chose Moritz in part because of the strength of its alternative dispute resolution program, and this is giving me a chance to explore that. it's a clinic program, which means we have a classroom component, we do readings and have discussions, and we are all writing a substantial research paper. But there's also a practicum component. So we go down to the courthouse and mediate in eviction court, in small claims court, in the night prosecutor's office. And it's been such a great opportunity to take the knowledge that I've gained in the classroom and apply it in the real world.
Because we are located in a thriving capital city and business center, students at Moritz have many opportunities to find positions through our formal externship programs or internships.
There's no place better than Columbus to find internships.
It was a great experience. I mean, I loved working with the attorneys there. The work was tough and challenging at times. You know, defending those convicted of capital offenses and those who've been sentenced to death is obviously pretty trying at times, but it was a great experience. I mean, the attorneys really let me get in there, get great hands-on experience, write portions of briefs, draft memos to them on really novel areas of constitutional law. It was really a great experience. I have nothing but positive things to say about it.
I was in court several times throughout the course of the summer, and it was such a great experience to be able to go to court with someone who was familiar with what she was doing. I had a great mix of being able to get out of the office and go to court, and also to spend time in the office, both doing client meetings and doing research.
The Career Services Department here at Moritz is fantastic. The offerings that their office provides really is in-depth. I was able to take advantage of a resume writing workshop, of being able to set up mock interviews, to be comfortable with interviewing at law firms and other places. So the work that they put into 1Ls and all students here at Moritz is really just perfect.
The Ohio State University Moritz College of Law. Realize the possibilities.